Greetings to my Brawl brothers and my Brawl sisters. Welcome to the Jetson Fleet. I'm Jerry the Tree Wiz. Today we're going to be going over how to use every single brawler in the game of Brawl Stars. If you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we've been getting requests for this video, and here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The way we're going to do this is we're going to go in order of how you get them on Trophy Road and the least rare brawlers first, and the tips that we're going to be giving will be geared towards newer players when we use Shelly, and they'll be getting quite more advanced as we go. We will have timestamps in the description, so if you want to skip to any brawler or watch certain ones twice, you can go and do that below. So if you know how we're going to do it, it's going to be Shelly first, so you can see right here. Check the description. Let's get right into it. Shelly's super blows through walls. She's got buckshot. It spreads as you go. If you're new to the game, you can't heal while you're shooting, and you can't be seen when you're in the bushes. So we are an invisible tank right now. Shelly's a tank. Here's your tips with Shelly. She does massive damage up close. Her damage spreads out the further she goes. She's the first brawler you get for a reason. Let me see if I can get around here on this max. She's the first brawler you get because she's pretty easy to learn, and she's got a lot of power and a ton of damage, my friends. If I get her super, I'll blow right through these walls. Let's do it. It's time to blow up this wall. Let's do this, boys. Boom! There we go. Now we've got a pathway through. You can blow up walls. You can smash people. Shelly has the power. Grab Shelly. Let's get into our next brawler. Get your bear hats ready. Brothers, sisters, Nita, the bear hat wearing fiend. We have the power to summon a bear. We have extremely quick reload speed, and we can shoot around walls. When playing with Nita, what you need to remember is you've got a lot of damage output because of the speed of your reload. You can fire 3 shots really fast. Her auto aim is pretty decent, which is nice to know. And what do you mean, Tree Wiz, when you say you can shoot around walls? Doesn't look like I can there, right? Watch me scoot to the edge. I am still behind the wall half of the shot. That is a pro tip for Nita. Nita's main dominance does revolve around her super. Once you get the bear, Bruce, you just keep throwing him down, and he charges your own bear powers again. Let's do it here. Let's throw this bear behind this Shelly. Oh, there we go. So Bruce will just go towards any enemy, even if they're hidden in a bush, so he also helps you find enemies in the bush. Nita is a great character for controlling any part of the map that you need, and she's a great way to get people to retreat. Watch, they're going to get pushed back. People are scared of Bruce. Nita has the power. Play with Nita, use the bear. Think about how you can get your bear, how you can shoot around walls, and use that quick reload speed to get the victories. Fire away, baby. We've got Colt coming up next. Let's get right into the fray. Let's do it in Showdown. Colt is beautiful in every single game mode because of his super high damage output, his ability to shoot through walls. It's wonderful. He can shoot through walls when he has his special charge. Colt is one of those brawlers you can play from the beginning until the end. All of them are, but I love playing with Colt because of his damage output, and you can just get some really snazzy looking shots off on people. Let's do it right here. We've got our power cubes ready. Showdown is the way to go. If you don't play solo Showdown, now you know. So the tips here is strafing is very powerful. Watch that strafe. I can cover a lot of area by strafing to the side. So you're able to strafe, you're able to shoot straight, and if you stop, you can shoot directly straight and get that big kill. Colt is a brawler with a lot of power if you know how to use him. I was baiting him there. I like to play smart with Colt. You can just blast through people. Let's blast through him with the power of our damage output, and let's show him our super. Shoot right through the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing is safe from Colt. Get Colt, get your super, shoot through the wall, play with your brain, extra spicy, remember to strafe, and remember to stop and fake people out. It's a good way to dodge. Let's blast one more time. Oh, I auto-aimed there. Don't auto-aim. Don't be a noob, especially with Colt. Ladies and gentlemen, Colt is the main. Let's jump into the next brawler. We have got the king of heist, the big man, Bull. Bull does massive damage up close and his super charges through barriers, and he has great mobility when he gets his super. He's been called the king of heist. He's the king of game modes where you need to get damage up close, and this is one of those game modes where he can be very handy because of his ability to charge. He's very good in the bushes. You wouldn't think a tank would be something that would use bushes, but Bull can do damage up close. When you're playing with Bull, keep in mind that people are afraid of getting up close to you. That's why you use the bushes to do exactly this. Whambo! So now I've got my super. We can charge through walls. I don't want to charge through our own walls in Brawl Ball because that will lose our cover. That's a hot tip for Brawl Ball. All right, like I said, these tips are going to get more advanced as the video goes on. Once we get up to the legendary brawlers, I'll start giving you guys some super spicy pro secrets. I'm going to charge through all of this, get right into the fray. This is a good game, y'all. Bull is a brawler who you can be very aggressive with. You need to scare people. Use your powers of scare tactics to keep the enemy at bay and to let your teammates get a lot of the work done. Pull back, heal when you need to. Look at all the health I'm going to heal. That was so spicy. Bull is an amazing brawler for staying in the fight. Just make sure to keep your health up. Just make sure to be using the bushes, and make sure when you do get your super that you make something happen, because there's no point in charging into somewhere and doing nothing. Bull is a beast. On to the next brawler. It's time to smash some bottles or throw some pies, because we are playing with one of my favorite brawlers, Barley. I absolutely love playing with Barley. Get ready for some spicy tips. He is the first thrower we're covering in this video. Throwers throw over walls. All right, let's get into the good tips. You want to think about where people are going to try to go with Barley. You have the ability to throw something that lasts for 2 ticks of damage. You see how long my pie stays on the ground, and you see how he doesn't want to go through it, and I'm also able to predict where people are going to be. So I want to make sure to stay proactive about keeping the map covered where I don't want people to go. Don't let people get close to you. Use the walls to your advantage. Throwers have the advantage on maps with walls. Let me see if I can just paint this map here in front of this Dynamite and Bull. Look at that. They are afraid to move through. You want to make sure you are keeping the map covered where people are going to be. Don't throw where they are. They're not going to stay there. And when you get your super, same thing goes. Throw it where they're going to be. I don't want people coming through here. Let me give big area denial and splash. Move through with this. Boom, baby, boy. Barley is a beast. Look at that. That's how you play with Barley. You throw over walls, you paint the whole map, and you have a good time while you do it. Let's hop into the next brawler. Boys and girls, brothers and sisters, it's time to go. Let's get scrappy, baby. It's Jessie and Sparky. Let's go. Jessie's shots bounce between the characters. You hit one, it moves through it, auto aims at the next character. It's very powerful when people bunch up. It's also helpful for revealing people in bushes. The biggest thing about Jessie is Sparky. Her turret Sparky can change a game quite quick, but if you are not taking time to get Sparky or play smart, you are going to have a bad time. Once you get Sparky, the biggest tip with Jessie, protect it. Put it somewhere you can guard it. Here's a great spot. I'm able to hide here and make sure nobody gets to my turret, and we've completely denied this whole side of the field. A lot of times people will focus on Sparky too much. They say, I'm going to get rid of this turret. It's causing me trouble, like he's about to do, and we're distracting half the field. So when you play Jessie, realize that you're really just playing Sparky. Make sure you stay back. She's got a longer range than you would expect. Use that range to get your Sparky down and control the field. Let's move into the next brawler as our tips start to get a little more pro. Get your boombox, it's time to Brock. Here we go. Brock's our first long-range brawler we're going to cover, and that's the biggest tip. Make sure to use that range. He's not a sniper. He shoots rockets. You can predict where someone's going to go, and you have to predict where someone's going to go because he shoots slow. You see that slow-moving rocket speed? But when it gets to the end of that distance, it explodes, and it does big damage. So you can shoot where you think someone's going to go. Don't just shoot where they're standing. Play smart. Play like a sniper. Don't use auto-aim like I did just there and cost us to get scored on. You want to stay out of their range. You see how I'm back here outside of where they're able to hit me? They don't have a Piper or another Brock, so they can't get me. Don't risk it. You're squishy. There you go. See that? Firing in from far away. That's the ticket. That's my Brock tip for the noobs. Stay away. Look at that shot. Extra spicy gameplay. Thank you, Brock. And when you get his super like this right here, you predict where you're going to see someone and you run after you do it. You bail. You control and destroy and bail. Ladies and gentlemen, on to the next brawler. It's time to ignite and light the short-fused man himself, Dynamite. Let's get into it. Dynamite is a brawler that also throws over walls. Throwers, I love throwers. I love to hide behind walls and throw things in Brawl Stars and in real life. With Dynamite, you want to make sure to save some ammo so you can throw 2 dynamites at once. Don't get caught in a situation where you have no dynamite. Throw 1 dynamite where they're at and 1 where you think they're going to go and try and scare them. Use the power of your dynamite to scare people. You cannot do damage when people get in your face, so you need to make sure to use the walls. And when you have your super, make sure to do some damage with it and blow up a wall if you need to. But remember, if you blow up a wall, you can no longer hide behind that walls. So maybe think twice before blowing up a wall. And if you get in a fight with another dynamite, make sure you throw your dynamite where he's going to be and not where he is, because you have time to escape. His dynamite doesn't blow up right away. So think with your head. He's not like Barley. You can't paint the field, but you can, to a degree, keep people from going where they're going to go. Oh, extra spicy. Ladies and gentlemen, Dynamite is my man. He's my hero, and I love him. But let's move on to the next brawler as things begin to heat up. I'm a huge fan of fun wrestling masks. El Primo is a huge fan of fun wrestling masks, or is it his face? That doesn't matter. Let's do it. El Primo is a melee tank who's got a lot of mobility when he gets his super, but not that much when he doesn't have it. So you need to play very smart. You need to use the bushes. You need to find ways to get up close to people, because that's the only way you can do any damage. When you do get your super, make sure to use it wisely, because you can charge up your super by using your super if you land on top of another brawler and get some shots off. What I love about El Primo is he's fun. You can fly into battle like this, smash some people, collect all the gems, and just have a good time doing it. So he's straightforward. He's tanky. He's got a ton of health, and you can really push people around and keep them from going where you're going to be, because they don't want to get in your face, because you are the man. And look, with all this health, I'm still able to win the match and be in people's face at the same time. If you like playing a tank, I think you'll like El Primo. I like Primo more than Bull. Give him a shot. Next brawler. Alright, me lovelies, it's time to take care of the weeds with me girl Rosa. Let's get to snipping. Rosa is another melee brawler. She throws a set of punches similar to El Primo, but they've got a wider spread. They got a much wider spread, and she can become invincible. So you sacrifice the mobility that you get with El Primo, but you get to be super stationary. It's great for doing things like grabbing the ball and Brawl Ball and running straight into the goal. Make sure you pop your special before you grab the ball, or you end up shooting the ball. But what do you do with Rosa? You stay in the bushes. I haven't been going over star powers with brawlers yet, because we're going to do another video like this where we do all gadgets for brawlers, how to use all star powers for all 39 brawlers. This is just how to play each brawler. This is kind of our beginning one, and then we're going to do another one on it. But Rosa is so powerful against groups of brawlers because she's got that spread. She's so powerful at just controlling an area, because once you go invincible or practically invincible, you have nothing to worry about. So I don't even mind getting my health down low, and you really want to use her when you're in a match with other players on a team. You want to use her to help your other teammates out by using that tanky ability to scare other people away. You see, I'm just trying to get in this guy's face and keep the Colt out of the battle. Let me pop my invincibility to show you the strength. Look at me, just eating that Colt super, and there's nothing to worry about. We take the victory with my girl Rosa. Let's move on to the next brawler, my friends and family. It is time to live strong like the mountains and jump back on the trophy road with Bo. I would consider Bo a pro brawler. He's not the easiest brawler to use. Let me show you about how his shot works. You need to learn how to strafe with this brawler. If I move to the left, all of my shots stay condensed. Do you see that? My 3 arrows will stay condensed. If I move to the right while I shoot, they will spread out. That's why I say he's a pro brawler, because he's a brawler whose shot pattern is the first one we're talking about today that's extremely unique. When we shoot, we cover that area, yes, but when we strafe, we cover a much larger area, and when we strafe the other direction towards the back of our shots stay in a straight line. So you can do massive damage if you keep that in mind and you strafe to that direction. It would be to my left. I can get all of my shots to line up on that Pam. Boom, 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 1, 2, 3. Massive. But what's the big take about this character is his super. His super, where he lays mines, is such a powerful way to really stop people from going to a certain area. Let's use that super. We've got big range on it. Let's get it in there. Let's keep them from coming back this way. I'm going to stay behind here. I'm going to use that big area coverage by strafing to the right, or I can strafe the other direction and have single targeted focused damage. We've got a long range. Make sure to place your mines in places that they will get stepped on. Don't just panic drop the mines. Use your strafing ability and use his range. Don't get in people's faces unless you're confident. Let's move to the next brawler. Man, do I love Tick. You know I love throwers, and man, Tick can throw. Tick can throw so much further than the other throwers we've covered so far. People say Tick is annoying, and that is my tip with Tick. Be annoying. Stay far back and cover that range. It's very similar to what we said about Barley. Throw in places you want to keep people from. In a game mode like Gem Grab here, he is so valuable. Each of his bombs do so much damage, and then you can toss your head, which I'm sure you know, but if you don't know, they can kill the head, so make sure you use it at the right time. But you don't have to be afraid about using it at the wrong time, because the big takeaway from his special is not how much damage it does, but that it causes people to freak out and move, and how fast you can get it back. They're not going to get to me on a map like this. They're not going to kill me once. I'm going to stay over here and just keep covering these two areas. They're going to want to try to get to me. I'm not going to let them. Don't do something stupid and go up against a brawler like this, Rico, and lose. He's trying to get in the back because I'm being annoying. Look, he's taking all of his energy just to get little old Tick. I'm just going to throw my head down again just to cause some mayhem. But you really see the point with him. He's like a Barley with a longer range. It's really a lot of fun to just not die, stay away, and drop bombs. But you need to stay away. That is my biggest tip with Tick. Stay away. Never get close and paint the battlefield. Let's move on to the next brawler. Ladies and gentlemen, time to go. Let's bounce on down to Rico and start shooting some shots around some walls. So you really want to shoot some shots around some walls, and what I mean by that is shoot some shots around some walls. He's like Colt that can shoot bouncy bullets. That's a great way to describe him. He's like Colt, except when his bullets bounce off the walls, they go further. But I didn't tell you I was going to say what brawlers do. I said I was going to tell you how to use them. His reload speed is super fast. He is able to paint the battlefield with bullets at a much faster pace than Colt. I'm going to get in here real quick, and well, look, I've got my super, but you charge up your super quick, and your super bounces off walls and goes through brawlers. So I was just able to shoot through that brawler and onto the next brawler and completely charge up my super. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. They're not ready for it, and shred through Rosa. I used auto aim. Biggest tip, don't use auto aim. But reload speed is so fast. Look at it. Boom, boom, boom. I can shoot my bullet. I can wait, shoot another bullet, wait, shoot another bullet, and then when I need to, I still have my 2 bullets in reserve to just auto fire, spam, spam, spam some bullets. Get away, heal up. Use the walls, because when they bounce, your shot goes further and you're able to stay out of the damage range because you're behind a wall. So this isn't the best map for Rico. He's a very map dependent brawler because maps with certain corridors are very good for him, but he's extremely powerful with his damage output and his quick reload speed and his ability to shoot through brawlers like Colt does. Let's do it one more time. Oh, she used her invincibility. Life is golden. Let's move on to the next brawler. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to... popping out of the barrel, it's Darryl. Let's get right into it. Darryl is one of my favorite tanks. Darryl's got 2 shotguns. Bull's got 1 shotgun. Look at this. 1, 2. That's epic. His damage output is some of the highest in the game. When you're close up to people, you are able to shred. He's also one of the only brawlers. Actually, I think he's the only brawler who supercharges automatically. Take a look. His super charges up. So you are able to just hang back until you get it and then start using your super to continually charge your super. Get in people's faces. Your mobility is the best of any tank when you just consider how many times you're able to get your super. Use your super, roll in. He's the rolling assassin. I've got my super again already. I'm going to roll in. The rolling assassin. Oh, but if you hit a wall, you'll bounce backward. He bounces off of walls. He can roll over water. Darryl is excellent for putting the pressure on. He's excellent for laying the damage down. He's excellent for saving the game. He is a superstar brawler in so many modes. And if you like to look cool, Darryl's a brawler where you can really boss people around. You feel like you have 2 shotguns. You feel like you're rolling around in a barrel. I love Darryl, and I love rolling into victory. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next brawler and our next big tip. Are you ready to get hit in the face with a bag of money? Me, I am. Let's play with Penny and shoot some money bags. Penny shoots bags of cash, and when they hit people, they explode like a shotgun into people behind them. So you see there's a bag, does decent damage on its own, but when you hit a brawler, let's do it, it spreads and hits the other brawlers if they're behind it. Let's get a shot on. Boom! You see that spread behind? It's like a shotgun blast, about the same as Bull's shotgun. So you really want to use brawlers to hit the brawlers behind them. She has a turret. The turret is a game changer for Penny. Unlike Jessie's turret, her turret shoots over walls. Penny's turret is like a thrower. It shoots over walls. Let me get the turret. You can see here I found the enemy's turret, and I'm going to take it out. A tip is you don't want to let them get to your turret. Once you have your turret down, you want to protect it. Here I go. I'm going to lob this turret here. It has super long range, and the turret is going to give me coverage in this central area here. The turret balls land, and the fire rains down. You want to make sure to protect your turret. You want to make sure to stay at a distance, much like Jessie, but the difference is your turret is going to be played back. Where Jessie's turret is played in the fray, yours is played outside of the fray. Make sure you stay back, make sure you put your turret in the back, and always cover your turret. Moving on to the next brawler. Geology rocks, Carl rocks, let's rock, let's roll, let's do this thing. Carl's great at area denial. Much like a thrower, Carl is able to keep people out of an area. He has one bullet. It's a pickaxe that returns to him. Throw it, hide, go back for it. It goes through walls on its way back. Do you see how I'm denying this area? It goes through brawlers. You can do such massive damage with Carl. He was one of my favorite brawlers in the game for such a long time. So even though nobody's here yet, I'm going to keep throwing this pickaxe here because it keeps people from going there. My goal is to deny this area. You're not coming down this hallway because Carl's got it locked down. His super has epic mobility. I'm going to be careful getting in that Noni's face because I want to lock this down. But if I need to get somewhere like now, I need to run. Let's run. Let's get over here and perish. So don't use your super when you're going to perish. Use it when you're going to run somewhere safe. I just wanted to ball out on camera with my friends. Can you blame me? Deny the area with Carl. Stick to what you know and use your super when it's time to do something special. You can go in, you can get the rest of the gems, you can completely destroy a lot of brawlers and get your super back right away from doing it, but make sure if you're going to use your super, you use it at the right time. It's not one of the easiest supers to build up, so when you get it, use it to run into battle or run out of battle, but just make sure you're making a difference. On to the next brawler. Let's jack it up. Let's drill it down. Into the center of the earth we go, and on to the winning grounds. Jacky's unique, baby. Check out Jacky's bullet pattern. It's a circle around her. It goes through walls. She can do area denial like nobody's business. She is the area denial. So here I am against another Jacky. We're spamming our shots. She's going to take me down. So when you're playing as Jacky, you need to be conscious that the fact that other players are very scared of you. That's a common thing with tanks. Other players know the damage you do. You need to be aware of where they think you are. Now that they know I'm here, I need to bail. People treat Jacky like the star of the game because they don't want her getting in your face. She can take out an entire team with 3 quick pulses. Let's make a move in here right now. Move him out. Oh, he uses his super. But the point with Jacky is you are a tank. You need to be with your team and you need to play smart because you can't just charge in. People are going to be scared and they're going to run away. So you have to get this upper hand, move in at the right time, because they're going to be afraid of you. There we go. Now I've got control of this central area, and we're going to hold it down. Jacky's super pulls people towards you, which is extremely valuable because, as you can see, it's not very easy to get up close to people when you're playing as Jacky. When the game comes to life, you find yourself face to face with 8-Bit himself, the arcade cabinet that can think, breathe, and destroy. He's got a range similar to Colt, and his bullets spread out a little further they get, but the main takeaway from him is he is massively slow. I probably picked a bad game mode to show what he does, but the important thing to know is you have no mobility, but you have epic damage. You see Jacky, the last brawler we covered, even though she was in my face, she was not able to stop the power of the arcade cabinet. He's super slow. His special boosts the damage of the players that are able to get inside. So let's drop the special down right here. Pop it here. And now we are good to go. His star power, I'm not going to cover star powers, but right now you're seeing his star power. We're going to do another video that actually covers advanced usage and intermediate usage. We're going to cover each gadget. We're going to cover each star power. But my big tip, quick for 8-bit, is make sure you remember that he is slow. It even takes, you have to think about it while you're shooting because he strafes slower. So if you're used to playing with Colt or with another character like Rico, his strafe is completely different from other brawlers. But his damage output is so high, you can see even that Max forgot to take it easy. So take it easy when you play as 8-bit and make sure to utilize his output of damage because he's so slow. On to the next. Pop quiz. How many times have I said area denial this video? Well, this is quite possibly the queen of area denial. If you need me to tell you what area denial is, it's denying an area. We're playing in hot zone. I'm going to go to this side so I can spray my spray, which denies the area. Look at this. Massive area denial. What I mean by that is the spray lingers. You don't want someone to come into these bushes. You just spray the... Oh, let's do it. This whole area. You can't be in those bushes. It does 3 ticks of damage. 700, 700, 700 at max level. So you're able to destroy tanks. She's a tank mutilator. You make sure you use your range because you're only going to get her damage. See, up close, I was only able to get 1 tick of the damage. I want to stay at a range where they get stuck in the entire cloud of gas. M's on M's warfare! Her special causes people to be slowed down in a ring around her, which is great for getting people where you need them as we special to special in M's warfare. Alright, so what's important is that you keep people out of the areas that you think they're going to be going to. You remember that your spray lingers, and you can use it in a burst to destroy almost every brawler in the game. If you get someone at just the right spot and you spray all 3 at once, you can do massive damage. People thought she was OP at first just because of how she's able to kill a brawler without you expecting it so quickly, and it's so satisfying, honestly, when you do it. So make sure you keep your ammo charged and you deny that area. She's very versatile. We actually should do a more in-depth breakdown of M's, so stick around for the next part of this video series. On to the next brawler. Piper the Sniper. She's a sniper. You know what that means? She snipes. So you want to act like a sniper, and you want to pick a map that doesn't have many walls. Walls are your enemy. You can't shoot over walls. Her super can destroy walls, and it's one of the coolest supers in the game when seen in the hand of a skilled player. Her regular shot does more damage the further away you are. So I can get it to do about 2,000 if I scoot back here. So keep that in mind. One of the biggest tips with her is just don't let people get within your range, especially in a mode like this, solo showdown. If he gets closer to me, I'm going to go this way because my range is the limit. I'm not letting somebody get closer to me than my max range. That's where I do the most damage, so that's where I'm going to stay. Stay out of the way of other brawlers. Make sure you know when they're in the bushes when you're playing solo showdown. Piper is one of the most fun characters to play when you're on the right map and you've got the skill for it. Look at that shot. 3,000 damage. Bingo. See? This is what's fun. Oh, if I can get my super. Your super, you use it when you got to get out of a pinch. It happens a lot. See the range on it? And it leaves 4 mines behind. I think it's one of the coolest moves in the game. Here we go! Leave an explosion. And you're able to charge your super up again. And you can, when you see a skilled player, they'll just be flying around with Piper. And it's something beautiful to see. Let's do it one more time. Flying through the air. It's wonderful. When you're playing gem grab, you can get all the gems and then move out. So stick to the bushes. You can stop moving to be more accurate with Piper. Keep people at her max distance. And be a sniper. Be a sniper. On to the next. It's Big Mama Pam. Let's jam. Pam can scram, she can jam, and she can also flam. But the important tips to know are her bullets spread out when they get as they go further. And she has some of the most massive damage up close because all her bullets hit. But my tip is don't wait to get up close like so many players do with Pam. Don't be afraid to stay back and pepper people with damage. She's a healer, so once you get your turret, it doesn't shoot, it heals you and your teammates. It does a lot of healing. She's a very powerful brawler. She's got massive damage output. She can heal you and your teammates, and she's good at far damage, and she's good at close damage. She's been one of the best brawlers for a long time. So jam with Pam. What you think, Frank? You a tank? Frank's a tank. Let's go. Frank is a tank. He does massive damage. He can hit all the brawlers, and it takes him a second to do that damage. Keep that in mind when you use Frank. His damage, his bullet window is so massive compared to the other tanks in this game. Frank's a heavy hitter who takes a second to do the damage. Let's use his super. It smashes walls, it stuns brawlers, and it's one of the coolest in the game. Look at that. It charged itself up already. So he stutters. It takes a second. I attack, it takes a second. He's got massive area, but keep in mind, it takes him a second to hurt him. Let's do it again. All three brawlers stunned in a smash, and look at that. This is just beautiful, and we have our super again. Frank is a tank. Do you see this? Let's do it one more time. Let's smash everybody. Oh, we got stuttered. So make sure before you use your super that you are in a safe space, because he's easy to be stopped, because even his super takes a second to do. But look at the power of that. All right, y'all, let's move on to the next brawler. Have some fun smashing with Frank. That was awesome. Up next is BB, baby. Let's go. BB knocks people around, and I mean literally. She bashes people with her bat, and they move backwards. How do you do that? Well, let's do her super first. Her super goes through people and bounces off walls. It bounces around and has massive range. Score! Goal! So, being an epic brawler, the mechanics are getting more complex. That ammo bar below her ammo bar is her knockback, and it only charges up when you have 3 ammo fully charged, so you want to keep that in mind. You can also knock people outside of your damage window, so make sure to remember that if you have that charged up, you can knock them outside. On to the next brawler. From BB to B, let's go. B is a sniper with a very cool mechanic. She's not like Piper, who does more damage the further she gets. She does more damage the second shot she shoots if she lands her first shot. So she's got a long range, and she ramps up her damage after her first shot. So let's see if we can get this shot on Jacky. All right, now our next shot will deal 3,000 damage, and it's awesome. You'll also notice she only has 1 bullet, but it recharges as soon as she shoots, so it keeps her from burst firing. Her special shoots out a swarm of bees in a large area that you can cover and get people very easily. And a hot tip is, once you've hit the people with the bees, you can just auto aim your shots to nail it. B is a strong sniping brawler, and I prefer her over Piper in some situations, but Piper just looks cooler when she flies with her umbrella. So give B a try, use her special to slow someone down, and then use your auto aim to easily pick them off. So don't be afraid to get up close with B. She does damage up close, but you still want to keep people away. On to the next brawler. Noni! Noni is our next brawler. Let's do it. Noni has a confusing looking bullet pattern. Check this out. What is that? And at the end of it, it goes even further. So it doesn't even show you the full range. That's a tip. Noni has a massive range, and when you land someone in the middle of the shot, it does almost 3,000 damage. So it's real easy to do burst damage up close. So get up close with Noni when you have to, because you can destroy even the strongest of tanks. But when you're far away, don't forget to use that range to pepper other brawlers. Noni's super is awesome. Noni's super may be one of the most fun to use in the game. Check this out. So what we can do now, we can steer this around, and we land on somebody and destroy. That was awesome. So have fun using Noni's super, and make sure to learn that bullet pattern before you start going Rambo. On to the next brawler. It is time for Mortis, the dashing assassin, to battle. Mortis is the dashing assassin because he can dash, and he needs to be sneaky. He needs to assassinate people who have low health, because he only does about 1,200 damage per shovel swing. So you want to make sure that when you're up against another brawler, you know that they have less health than you. I can't win that battle, so I'm retreating. You must retreat. You must be mindful. You must be wary. You saw that. That was dashing. That was assassiny. Play Mortis. Get the hang of Mortis. He's an epic brawler, so this is getting... Actually, is he our first mythic brawler? I think he is. Hide in the bushes with Mortis. Take your time with Mortis, because even though he's fast, you need to play it slow. Assassins have to be smart. Watch this. Bing, bang, boom. And when it comes to Mortis's super, it's smart to keep in mind that it can actually make him tougher because it gives him the ability to heal. So you can dash in if you know you're close. I'm close to my super now, so I dash in, I get my super, and I use it, and it heals me. So that made me tougher. I escape, I'm fast, I can get away. Use your speed, but only use it intelligently. On to the next brawler. Come closer, my friends, and let us cover the mystery that is Terra. Terra has probably the most game-changing super in the game. Her bullets travel through people. She's described as a skirmisher, and I like to skirmish with her. She's spicy. It's easy to land your shots. They travel through people, so each one does damage. 1, 2, 3 cards you'll notice. So when I shoot, I throw 3 cards, and you can do tons of damage when people are close to you. She's got good range. She's good up close. But the real thing is when we get to Terra's super. Terra's super sucks people into a central vortex where she can do massive damage because they're centered close. Here we go. Massive damage done. So make sure when you use Terra's super, you can get as many brawlers in it as possible and get close to them, have ammo, and shred through them because your bullets go through people. On to the next brawler. It's Gene the Machine, my babies. Let's crank it. Gene's bullets spread at the end into a large pattern. He can do damage from very far away. Look at that. Whoa! That's wonderful. You're able to pick at people with low damage, or when they get close, do 1,400 damage right into their face. He's great at burst damage. He's great at controlling the battlefield with his hook. That is his special. Check this out. A massive tip to know about Gene's special is that auto aim will always work if you're traveling in the same direction as your opponent and you're within 5 tiles. Let's do it. Pull them close, shoot your ammo, so make sure you have full ammo because Gene's got a hook. He hooks people in, pulls them close, and if you have full ammo, you'll be able to take out most brawlers in the game. So use your hook, pull people in, and you can usually use your auto aim. Let's do it again. Pull them close, fire them down. Gene is a lot of fun. Hook them, boys. On to the next brawler. Here comes Max, and there she goes. Zip, zap, zip, the queen of speed. Let's hop right in. Max is an extremely fast brawler who's got 4 ammunition, which is wonderful. She has great burst damage, can do tons of damage up close, and shred tanks like bull. That was wonderful. Her super causes her to go even faster and boost teammates around you. A tip I would say is, don't be afraid to get in there with Max. She does so much damage and can also get out extremely quickly. Use your ammo, she reloads quickly, she can burst quickly, and then she can get out of the fight to get her ammunition back. At the furthest distance, her shot, it spreads out, but it's good for controlling an area. Max is a very high played brawler. A lot of people use Max. I think you will love Max. There's so much utility to the brawler, there's so much offense, and there's a lot of fun landing your shots like I did on that penny back there. Use your super when you're around your teammates to give them speed, and make sure when you play as Max, you go fast. Mr. P the mystery. What's in the back of that zipper? We don't know yet. Stay tuned. Let's do it. Mr. P is a cluster of a character. He's got all sort of strange bags of tricks, and he throws bags. The bags, when they hit a wall, will go over the wall. Or if they hit an opponent, they will also go over the opponent. You can get double the damage when both parts of his bag hit, the first part and the second part. Mr. P, though, is all about his super. Mr. P's super is what makes him so special. He has a turret? No, it's a turret that summons porters, and they go to the enemy automatically if they're hiding in bushes, and when they kill the porter, another one comes. So I can just follow my porters and know where they're going into battle. And those porters are going to keep coming until they get back there and destroy the turret that they come from. Use Mr. P, annoy the enemy, and make sure you know that he can throw over walls. He's also like a thrower. Use him to your full extent by throwing over walls and getting double the damage when you hit your shots. Use your shots, use your porters, and take over the world. I like Sprout. Sprout like trees. Sprout's for me. Let's go. Sprout is my boy. Or my plant. Sprout is a thrower. He's one of the best throwers in the game, in my opinion. I love his ability to not only throw over walls, his bullets bounce. The other throwers do not have bullets that bounce to the degree that his do, and if they bounce off a wall, they will travel even further. So throwing his shots into a corridor is a very good move. Notice when I shoot my shot in between here, it will bounce back and forth until it comes out. Sprout has the ability with his super to build walls. Sprout also has the ability to do damage as soon as his projectile hits, which most other brawlers do not do. Most other throwing brawlers do not do. So watch this. Create a goal. Oh, look at that. I created those walls. Sprout's special is he creates walls. You can use it in a situation just like that to block a goal. It's wonderful. I love Sprout. He's one of my favorite characters to play in the game. For a while, he was my favorite. He's intricate. He can stay far away. You feel like it takes a lot of skill. So make sure that you stay behind walls and make sure that when you get your super, you use it to eliminate the enemy team from getting somewhere that they need to go. On to the next brawler. Brawl brothers and sisters, welcome to the stage, the legendary, the myth, Spike. He's famous. Let's go. Spike is like the Brawl Stars poster child. He's the first legendary we're covering today, and he throws, he's not a thrower, but what he throws explodes in multiple directions. It does massive damage when it lands on someone. And my favorite thing about Spike, which actually makes him arguably, sometimes he's my favorite in the game. He was my favorite for a long time. Is that he gets his special very often. And when he gets his special, it's a thrower. So he's able to throw over walls. So he's a little bit of both. If you can land your shots, you can use him like a Barley. See that? The enemy just used it there. So he put that down and just completely blocked out that area. I like Spike because he feels like a combination of a sharpshooter and a thrower. When you play a Spike, keep that distance, but keep in mind that his burst damage up close is massive. So if you can stay hidden in a bush and someone gets right up next to you, you can usually kill them quite easily, like with those shots right there. Let's see if we can get our super down, and we will block off this entire area. You see how I threw way over the wall? There's the enemy's super. Spike is a great brawler. You're going to see a lot of Spike, so get used to playing Spike and throw those supers over the walls. Use it, my friends. On to the next brawler. I think it's time that we shake hands with the toxic bird. It's time for Crow. Crow is a great all-around brawler in many different game modes, but the most important thing about Crow is his poison. He's got long range and he can do poison, so you want to peck like a bird. Do chip damage, peck damage. That Terra is now taking damage from me continually. You see 142, 142. So you want to make sure you can keep as many of the brawlers on the enemy team peppered, chipped, pecked with poison darts, so that you are able to keep damage going on. You're able to keep them stressed out, and they're also not able to hide in bushes. So when you play as Crow, keep in mind that when you set someone ablaze, you also take away their ability to hide. Crow's special, probably the coolest special in the game, and it just comes with a lot of goodness and swag. Let's swag it now. Here we go. Are you ready? If you land directly on top of someone, it does such massive damage. You can use it to escape, or you can use it to plow in and take the gems. Let's do it. Woo! There it was. You saw that. We destroyed both brawlers. That was really epic, actually. That was really, really epic. Crow, super. That's how you use Crow. Just replay that. That's how you use Crow. On to the next brawler. And it's time for Leon. Let's do it. Remember how I told you Piper does more damage the further away you are? She does more, Leon does more damage the closer you are, and he has a similar shot to Bo. Remember how I said if you move left with Bo, his shots go in a straight line, and if you move right, it goes on a larger spread? That's how it works with Leon. Leon's super is the ability to turn invisible, which, if you remember me saying that he does more damage up close, when you turn invisible, that's the good time to let your super shine. You can go invisible, to let your shot shine. You go invisible, and the ability to do damage at close range is powerful. You sneak up on somebody and you assassinate. Leon is a very fun brawler to play. He's fast, so make sure that you use that to your advantage so you can get away and heal. So when using Leon's super, it's smart to start from the bushes because someone won't see you. So let's start with our super. He has no idea we're here. We're going to get right up in their face and use our powers. Use our powers. Well, unfortunately we died, but that is how you want to use his super. Make sure that you sneak up on people or sneak away when you need to survive if you have the gems. Leon does more damage up close. His shot can be targeted together by running to the left. It can be spread by running to the right, and his super is very powerful for getting close or getting away. On to the next brawler. Get ready to kick back and take a nap because we're coming in dandy with Sandy. Sandy throws a patch of sand in a similar way to Poco would, and he is played aggressively in a way Poco is, and what I mean by that is you burst all 3 shots at once and save them up again. Wait till you have your burst. 1, 2, 3. He's got a very fast unload speed, so he's able to get damage in quite quickly and take down a lot of medium health brawlers. Not tanks with 3 bursts, but he can take down a lot of squishy brawlers with just 3 shots, which is useful because his super gives the ability for you and your entire team to go invisible where the portal is placed, your super portal. And in flies aforementioned invisibility portal, and now we are invisible anywhere inside of this vortex. It's great for sneaking up on Colts and doling out some damage. Now I missed that last shot because I auto-aimed, so a tip for you, don't be like me, don't auto-aim when you panic, aim your shots. Fire all 3 of his shots at once and then get away and recover. Save your ammo and then use your ammo. Use your invisibility for mobility. Place the special down and then get away like I just almost did. It's time for us to move on to the next brawler. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. We're going with Gale, the man who makes it hail or snow. Let's go. Here is my tip for Gale. He's easy. Auto-aim works very well with Gale. He's the king of auto-aim. If you're in a pinch or if you're just in a mood where you don't feel like aiming, go with Gale. Gale's shot pattern is massive. His bullet window is far, he's got good range, and his super enables him to push people out of an area. He's actually a very strong character, one of the strongest characters in the game, and also one of the easiest characters to play in the game. If you really want to help a team out and you're not a great player, pick Gale. You can cover such an area. You are able to move people out. Let's get his super and demonstrate. Gale's super is helpful in a situation like this when you need to push something away. So I want to get them out of this area, and I'm just going to move them farther off, but it doesn't do much damage. So you really want to make sure you're getting your damage with Gale's shots, which are easy to auto-aim, which is easy to do. So Gale's easy. Play with Gale, have some fun, help your team. On to the next. Next up is Surge. Let's get juicy. Surge is the only ramp-up brawler in the game, which means he gets stronger the longer he stays alive. His shot spreads out once you hit a target, as you can see there, and his super upgrades him. That's all it does. So let's use it. Boom. Now we're at level 2, which gives us the ability to move faster. Then we gain the ability to shoot farther. And then we gain the ability to have a stronger attack. So let's use our next upgrade as we ramp up into the next level. You can see what level Surge is at by those 3 bars. Surge's tips should be pretty obvious. Stay alive. If he ramps up as he gets stronger, stay alive. Surge has a strong range once he gets to his final stage, and he's got a very good ability to control a crowd. So now I'm at the final stage of Surge. I do not want to pass away because I will lose everything I've worked for. So I need to be careful. People are going to target me. I'm much stronger than I am when I started. And once you reach this phase, all your super does is go up and down, but it can be useful to dodge something in a pinch, and it does a small bit of damage when you land. So when you play a Surge, play safe, play smart, and don't perish. Once you get maxed out, you are wonderful. Do not pass away. On to the final brawler. Family and friends, it's time for us to play with Colette, my favorite brawler at the moment, the newest brawler at the moment. My favorite brawler is typically the newest brawler. This brawler's just cool. Let's do it. Colette is arguably one of the most complex brawlers in the game for the way that she does damage, in the sense that it does more damage to players with higher health, and when they have less health, it does less damage. So you want to target brawlers that have a lot of health. If you have 2 brawlers in front of you, one's Frank, one is Tick, go for Frank because you'll do more damage to Frank. A big tip with her is her super is extremely powerful at charging itself up again if you're able to hit several people with it. You dash forward and you dash backwards just like that. It gives her mobility, it makes her be able to attack further. It's a little further than her regular range. I just love Colette because of how fast her projectiles move, how much damage they do. She's a fun brawler, and then you just zoom in and out like that and push the brawlers away. Colette is a great brawler to play with. She is this season's brawler. You still probably have time to unlock her if you haven't yet. You could get the season and start from scratch and unlock her is what I mean. Use her range as an advantage. She doesn't need to be up close to do a lot of damage, so use her range. And when you need to get closer, use your super, and then you get far away again. So make sure you use her range. Use the speed of her bullets because they move quickly. You can catch people off guard with how fast these bullets move. Check out this projectile speed. Seriously, it's one of the fastest moving projectiles in the game. That's what I think makes her so much fun for me to play. I feel like I'm very accurate when I play with Colette. I feel like a sniper, a skirmisher, all in one. And then I feel like when I need to, I can zoom in just like that. This has been great. Those are some Colette tips. We are going to do a video where we go completely in depth on all the brawlers. We're going to do a gadget video where we're going to do all brawlers 39 gadgets. We're going to do all brawlers star powers. But this was gameplay of all brawlers, how to, what they do to get you used to it if you haven't seen it before. If you're a pro player, thanks for watching. Stick around because we are going to cater to you guys as well because we do love to play this game competitively. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for keeping it locked here at Jets and Fleet. We appreciate your subscribes and your likes if you like this kind of content. I'm Jerry the Tree Wiz. I'm signing off. Much love to you all. Brawl on, my friends. Peace.
To the Batmobile.